Little Hands, Big Attitude Book 5 The Thief and the Sleeper Chapter 19 Lakeside Chase. When Sonic had said they were going to go fast, he wasn't kidding. Shadow grasped tightly to Sonic's neck and shoulders as they flew through the tunnels, wind gusting by them and whipping through his quills. It was dark, but Sonic seemed to know where he was going despite that. Was that a hedgehog thing? Could he learn to navigate underground this efficiently? Unfortunately, he could hear the robot pursuing them from above, the crunching and cracking as it punched hole after hole in the ceiling.
It's gonna cause a cave-in at this rate.
I think that's the idea. Just hold on. We just have to get out of the tunnels and back onto the surface.
Where exactly are we going?
To the lake. Once we're out of the tunnels, I'll have room to— Whoa!
Shadow gasped as the roof in front of them began to crumble, and then he clenched his fist around the Chaos Emerald. It thrummed and they were gone, before crashing back out onto the snow. Shadow curled up into a ball as Sonic lost his grip on him, rolling through the frozen substance before coming to a stop.
You okay?
Yeah.
Sonic sat up, shaking the snow from his quills as well.
Thanks for the save.
Shadow's limbs were shaking again.
Yeah. Can't do that too many times in a row though, wears me out.
Sonic looked up and gasped as they heard voices getting closer, and then the robot appeared over the horizon. It had to have stood at least a head taller than most humans Shadow had seen, broad in the shoulder and somewhat humanoid in shape. Its head had no true face, but just a furrowed brow line, framing a pair of red, glowing eyes that would have been even more terrifying coming out of a cloud of smoke as it approached.
Time to go, Shads.
Sonic scooped the dark hedgehog up again as the robot took aim, but then it turned its attention back to the agents as they approached. Shadow hoped the agents could handle what they were about to face.
Heh! Maybe they'll think that Robot's Project Shadow, then again, can they even prove that I am?
Another sound of something big approaching made him turn, and his eyes widened as he saw another large robotic shape approaching. But this one wasn't so much a robot as it was a mecha, with Agent Stone as the driver.
Sonic, leave me? This isn't your fight.
No way. We're almost at the tree lane. Just hold on tight.
But Sonic...
This hedgehog was much too stubborn to give up, and Shadow had to give him credit for that. But why was he putting himself at risk for Shadow's sake? He didn't hardly know him. What did he gain from this? There was a loud pop, and then Sonic dodged a blast of hot energy that slammed into a nearby tree, knocking the snow and branches from its trunk.
Woo! That was close.
Sonic, would you just listen to me for a second?
Almost there, Shadow.
Sonic, stop.
Shadow's quills sparked again, and Sonic yelped as it hit him. He faltered just as they hit the tree line, tumbling across the snow and ice down the light slope before coming to a stop. Shadow winced as he rolled over onto his hands and knees, looking back towards Sonic as he too pulled himself up.
Dude, you gotta find some way to calm your quills, huh? Ever tried yoga? Ouch.
Sorry, but I can't let you do this.
The smirk faded.
Do what?
Help me.
Shadow's quills burst off sparks that melted tiny holes in the snow.
Don't you get it? All of this is because of me. I'm the one they want, not you.
Sonic shook snow off of himself.
Oh, believe me, Shadow. Stone would be chasing me regardless. It's a long story, but we can save that for later. Now.
No. Don't touch me.
Shadow crawled away from the blue hedgehog, making him stop.
Don't help me. Go home, Sonic. I won't let you. Go home and live your life.
Sonic groaned, scrubbing his face.
Come on, man. Why is letting people help you so hard?
Everyone who helps me dies.
Shadow's eyes widened as the words left his mouth, echoing off of the mountains and the ice covering the lake and then back into his ears. The trembling grew worse, his eyes growing hot as tears welled up in them, and then he punched the snow hard as he stifled a sob.
My sister. All those innocent people. It's my fault. My fault.
He curled up a bit, pressing his head into the snow as he shook and fought back the tears and sobs. He flinched as he felt Sonic's hand touch his back, but didn't lift his head to look at him.
Hey, what happened wasn't your fault. You didn't cause those guys to attack the Ark and hurt all those people.
Shadow's head popped up.
You know about it?
Sonic nodded.
It's a really long story, but we saw it in a vision.
A vision, like the ones I've been.
He gasped as another blast shot past them, and Sonic whipped around to face the mecha standing at the edge of the trees, Stone in the pilot's seat.
Ah, there you two are. I was beginning to wonder if you were avoiding me.
Sonic, go. Don't worry about me.
Not happening.
Sonic mumbled back to him, putting his fists up.
Look, Stone, what happened to Robotnik was his own fault. I would have given him the chance to surrender.
Surrender isn't the Robotnik way, I'm afraid.
Shadow's ears pricked a bit.
I thought Stone said Robotnik was just away on a trip.
Sonic winced a bit.
No. I kinda used the Chaos Emeralds to stop him from blowing up the world, and he got crushed by his own super mech.
You see, Shadow? This maniac and his kind are not to be trusted. Violence is the only thing they know.
Shadow's brows furrowed.
Bogus. Sonic has done nothing but try to help me all day. Though I can't imagine why. All you did was remind me of my sad backstory and ask me to steal from them.
Project.
No, I don't know who this Project Shadow is. Or what he might have done to make you think he's a destructive killing machine. But
Shadow tried to sit up a little straighter, teeth clenched as he tried to sound confident.
I am not him. I am Shadow the Hedgehog.
A darkness seemed to cover the man's gaze, a rage that Shadow found all too familiar.
Fine then. We'll do this the hard way.
Sonic snatched Shadow back up as the mech slammed its fist down, the blue hedgehog yelping as he skidded on the icy shore for a moment before catching his footing again.
Sonic.
We're okay. Just a little harder to get going on this ice. You still got the emerald?
Shadow felt the stone humming under his glove.
Yes.
Good, 'cause we might need you to do that teleporting thing if this gets too intense.
And go where? He'll just find us again.
Just trust me, okay? It'll be fine. Man, do I wish I had cleats on right now.
Sonic was quick, but Shadow could tell that he wasn't hitting the speeds he had been earlier. The ice was slipping him up.
Can we cut across to the other side of the lake? Put some distance.
I don't know. I don't know how thick the ice is, and I have a feeling you can't swim either.
Shadow shook his head.
No, I'd guess not. Duck.
Sonic skidded as a fireball shot over their heads, and then Shadow yelped as his feet slipped up again.
No.
Shadow released him as they hit the ice and then slid out onto the shallows of the lake itself. Shadow gasped as the fireball hit the surface of the lake and the ice shattered further out, leaving a massive hole to the waters below.
Oh no.
It's okay, Shadow. I think we're okay here on the Gaia.
Shadow gasped as suddenly there was a giant robot hand reaching out and grabbing Sonic tightly, scooping him up into the air from the shore.
Sonic.
Sonic squirmed as Agent Stone held him up to his face.
And I thought you were supposed to be fast.
Run, Shadow. Find somewhere to hide. I'll be all.
Sonic threw his head back in a howl of pain as the robot's grip tightened, blue sparks dancing across his quills.
Your choice, Project Shadow.
Shadow looked to Sonic, and then to Stone. Sonic's eyes were welling with tears, teeth clenched in pain, but he still shook his head to Shadow. He then gave a sigh, and his shoulders slumped. He'd lost his family. He wouldn't let Sonic's family lose him. He reached into his gloves slowly.
Okay, you got me, but not the emerald.
Agent Stone dropped Sonic to the ground as Shadow threw the emerald out onto the ice covering the lake surface. With its minuscule size and white coloring, it was invisible against the ice almost instantly, and the robot wouldn't be able to go out and search for it without surely falling through the ice into the frigid waters below. From where he laid, Shadow watched the tiny stone skid across the ice, before plunging into the icy waters below in the hole. Shadow crawled over to beside Sonic, putting a hand on his shoulder. The hedgehog yelped, and Shadow could see his shoulder looked like it had popped out of the socket, and from the visible cracks in the ice where he'd landed, it was possible that it was broken.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. You did the right thing.
But now they were trapped. Shadow couldn't walk, and Sonic couldn't carry him with his arm injured. Agent Stone's mech loomed over them, and Shadow placed himself over Sonic in an attempt to guard him.
I know you're upset, but hurting Sonic and the others won't bring Robotnik back.
The robot's hand raised upwards over them.
No. but it will make me feel a lot better.
Shadow wrapped himself around Sonic as the hand moved down, but then there was a bright flash of light and a warbling sound, and he looked back as the hand didn't make contact. A dome of cyan energy enveloped the duo, which was now a trio as a third hedgehog, with fur a silvery color, blocked the blow. His hands glowed with the same cyan energy, and electricity of the same color pulsed across his quills and rings rather than outward like a faulty wire.
Do not touch them!
Silver, I thought you didn't want to get grounded.
Like I said, you'd get yourself blown up if I don't keep an eye on you.
Shadow's eyes widened for a split second. Silver's fur seemed to change color to a lighter, more pastel version of the gold he'd seen on Sonic, before reverting back. What were these visions? What did they mean? Stone's robot took a step back, as if evaluating the situation. He clearly hadn't expected Silver to appear. Had he even known that Silver existed? Was he prepared for this sort of thing?
Nice work.
Silver gave a faint sigh.
You learn a few tricks blocking volcanic debris from hitting you. But I can't keep this up forever. Got a plan, Sonic.
Sonic winced as he tried to sit up.
The hole in the ice. If we can get Kaya's attention, maybe.
Another swing. This time both hands came crashing down on the shield. Silver grunted, dropping to one knee and his arms quivering.
Better figure out how to do that fast.
He hissed as the hands raised up again.
I can't take many more hits like this.
And neither can the ice.
Stone seemed to know it too, giving a grin.
That's a nifty trick, but I'll bet it takes a lot of focus.
Silver hissed, and then gasped as he saw more projectiles appeared and then fired. They missed the shield, but instead slammed into some nearby trees along the water's edge. The trunk splintered, and then began to tumble. Stone's mech was raising its hands again. The trees were falling towards them from the other side. Shadow felt the sparks dancing across his quills again. He couldn't believe he was about to do this. He grabbed onto Silver's ankle, and a bolt of the energy shot up into the silvery hedgehog. Silver yelped in pain, and the shield exploded out in all directions. Shadow held on to Silver as the jolts continued, and then let go. Silver dropped into the snow, giving a soft moan as his shield faded out. Shadow looked out past the crater of ice all around them, which rose up as if shattered and then refrozen into shape. The trees were knocked backwards in the other direction and the snow had been knocked from the treetops around. Stone's mech was down. No, Stone's mech was gone. Whatever Shadow had done to augment Silver's power had split the mech into pieces. Not separating limbs from the torso, but separating metal from wiring, glass from alloy, and weapons from their holsters. The robot had been dismantled piece by piece in one quick motion, without actually damaging the material itself. Silver sat up, eyes wide with both shock and maybe a little anger.
What was that?
Sorry.
Shadow whimpered.
I panicked, and it worked with Sonic earlier, so...
Sonic sat up with a pained smirk.
Dude, thanks for the help, but seriously, you gotta give us warning before you make us explode with that. Whatever you keep doing to us...
Silver looked at the mech, and then gasped.
I didn't do that to Stone, did I?
Fortunately, he had not. The man was laying in the pile of robot parts, dazed, but not out entirely. More footsteps in the snow told them others were coming, and Shadow slumped against Sonic and Silver joined him as humans in uniform appeared over the ridge. The man Shadow assumed was Sonic's dad included.
Hands in the air.
He shouted, slowly making his way towards the scene. Then Sonic's dad looked out towards the rest of the woods.
Can you three make it back to the house? We'll figure this out later.
Silver got up onto his feet, wincing a bit as his quills flickered cyan again.
I can get them there. Come on, guys. We'd better hurry, though. I feel a headache coming.